Right. Very good afternoon, good morning, good evening to you, wherever you're joining us from right here on Zimbabwe Daily platform. We continue, we are following the developments from Zimbabwe this afternoon. Is exactly 27 minutes to 4 p.m. where we are coming to you from here. We are looking at a very interesting story. We are live at the High Court as we await the bail, Job Sikhala bail ruling from the High Court this afternoon. Stay tuned to Zim Daily as we are going to be giving you a live update of what exactly is transpiring at the High Court this afternoon. The court is still, the court hasn't started yet as we give you these updates. The courts, we are going to be sharing some of the images and the pictures that we are getting from Zimbabwe. Thank you for joining us. It's exactly 26 minutes to 4 p.m. as we are coming to you live here from the United Kingdom, and this is Zimbabwe Daily, Zim Daily. We are going to continue with the discussion. I know just before we went offline, we were looking at one of a very interesting and contentious topic that we are discussing while we await the bail ruling. The judge is now delivering the bail judgment. The court has just reconvened as I am talking to you right now. We have a reporter who is giving us a live feed or a live update of what's happening in the courts right now. You are getting this live from Zimbabwe Daily, always first, and we try also to be fast. And the judge has now started delivering the bail judgment. Job Sikhala was arrested on the 21st of August this year in 2020, and we also have some of the images around what is actually or what is transpiring in court right now as I give you this update from Harare. Thank you for joining us, Zimbabwe. Stay tuned, and this is a live or a feed that we this is a live update. It's actually a live show that is coming to you from Zimbabwe. We are looking at the judgment from Harare as I look at this. So the judge has just started highlighting some of the major highlights from Job Sikhala's case, and he is saying that Job Sikhala was arrested on the 21st of August 2020 on charges of inciting or to promote violence, public violence, and that's what the judge is saying as we continue getting these live updates from Harare. Thank you for joining us, Zimbabwe. It's 24 minutes to 4 p.m. where we are coming to you live from right here in the United Kingdom, and this is Zimbabwe Daily, your favorite news platform as we give you or bring you the latest from Harare. I am just going to be showing you some of the images that we are getting from the court as we await the final bail ruling from the judge on the bail application for Job Sikhala. We are receiving a live update as I'm speaking to you right now. Job Sikhala, who has been held at Chikurubi maximum security prison since the 21st of August 2020. It's exactly a month and 2 days today since he was arrested on what the prosecutors are saying inciting public violence. This is a live ruling we are getting from Harare. Please stay tuned. Our reporter who's on the ground will be giving us an update. Really, we are also promising you a live feed as he joins us. I've just managed to get in touch with our reporter that is on the ground. Let me just see if we can bring our reporter here. Yes, and we are looking at the latest coming out of Harare in Zimbabwe this afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us, and this is Zimbabwe Daily, always first and fast. Zimbabwe news coming to you live. The judge is delivering the ruling as I am speaking to you right now, and our reporter is actually live with us. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? All right. Okay, we will, as soon as we get his audio sorted, we will also bring him live just for him to give us an update. You are joining us right here on Zim Daily, and I'm just going to be sharing some of the live images that we are receiving from Harare this afternoon. This is Zimbabwe Daily. Please stay tuned as we are also looking at the story as we await this bail hearing. Another interesting story that we have been seeing here on Twitter is around the fact whether the MDC should seriously consider rebranding. This is a discussion that we are going to be following as we just looking at some of the comments here. All right, this is a live broadcast once again. Thank you for joining us. We are looking at the ruling as the judge is delivering. As I am speaking to you right now, the judge is delivering his judgment on whether to grant Job Sikhala bail or not. As we know, protesting is one of the things that is enshrined in our new constitution, and Job Sikhala was simply exercising. So, you know, he is a lawyer. There is no way that he would have gone against what the constitution says. We know very well that they had called for a peaceful demonstration on the 31st of July, and yet the constitution says that you are basically, as a citizen of Zimbabwe, it is within your rights or legal rights to protest against anything that you deem, if you want to raise awareness of any issue, it's within your rights to do so. But as you know, it is Zimbabwe is run by a junta, and it is a banana republic, so anything goes in Zimbabwe. This goes without saying, as he tried to rally people to come together for the 31st July protest. He eventually went into hiding and was arrested on the 21st of August. This is just over a month from today. And today the judge will be delivering, the High Court judge who has been looking at this case will be deciding whether to grant Job Sikhala bail or not. This is a live broadcast. Please stay tuned with Zim Daily as we are going to be bringing you more. We're just going to take a short break here and we'll be right back. A short break here. We will be right back.
Naumva wangu mema idzi akunakidza. Dzidza akuverengwa nesu manje nguwa iyo.
Takudzisota.
Ya, unonzwa manje. Takudzema kuti maswera sei muri yeZimbabwe. Nhau dzichiverengwa naChikava Ngwena. Ndina vamhazo pasign language. Mutungamiri wenyika vari zvakare mukuru wemauto emuchadenga nepasi vaNelson Chamisa vaperekedzwa pandandare yendege uko kwanga vachienda kumusangano wenyika dzepasi rose kuAddis Ababa, Ethiopia nhasi mangwanani.
Tauda seya.
Ava nenda kuvhura rimwe page mufano wangu.
Rimwe page
rinhau.
Yeah. Ave mune mapeji mangana.
Ava. Kana tisina nhau musiwo ndine 40.
40 ndwakuti mashomera.
Ako mabasa anenge awanda kabasa.
Kupa munoti
makakuverenga nhau dzibasa. Kana uma 70 something.
Yeah.
Mapage.
Basa riripo. Taitandara.
Inzongo tisatambisa nguwa yapera. Unonzwa kuti vaimbova mutungamiri wenyika nemuteedzeri wavo vaEmmerson Mnangagwa naChiwengwa vamiswa pamberi pedare nhasi, asi mumhosva yanga vachipomerwa yekumbonyikidza nyika nehutsotsi vanyimwa bhero nhasi. Ewe, kana zendezoti umpati ntambo uye masoni unianzani unelson chamisa intege
indizamchina
ezazichokwadi
zimashuwashuwa
kuti nyika yese idzidze
vanhu vese vazive
ya kuti tichikuita zvekusimudzira nyika kwete zvekutamba nenyika
tamba nenyika
tiite izvozve.
All right, yeah, that's this is a live broadcast here, and we are just giving you the update that we are following the Job Sikhala bail hearing, or bail ruling rather, from Harare this afternoon. Stay tuned as we our reporters that are on the ground will be updating us exactly on what the outcome of that bail judgment will be. We are looking at the Job Sikhala bail High Court ruling, and looking at some of the comments that are coming to us here. We just want to acknowledge the presence of a few individuals that are also tuned in right now. Anna Musanga Nuro Mubaiwa is saying, Wedue Mwarikani. We're just hoping that Job Sikhala will receive a fair judgment this afternoon as we get the latest from Harare. It's exactly 3:45 p.m. where we're coming to you live from. I'm just going to be sharing some of the images that we are getting from Harare this afternoon. This image here you're seeing on your screen is actually let me see if I can get that image in. The images, these are live images from the courts, from the High Court, as we look at let me see if I can get, that's the president there, the MDC president, who is speaking to Job Sikhala's wife. We understand Job Sikhala's wife is also right there in support, in solidarity with her husband. That's the president, Mr. Nelson Chamisa, there, and also you can see other MDC officials right there in the background as we await the judgment from the High Court this afternoon. We are going to be bringing you live as soon as the courts decide what to do with Job Sikhala. Our reporters are right on the ground, and they will be giving us an update as soon as we get it. You will be the first to know. As you know, the judgment itself is actually being read as I'm speaking to you, but the judge has not actually decided whether he is going to be granting Job Sikhala bail or not. But please stay tuned right here as our reporters will also be joining us here live as we give you the latest from Harare. Just going to be sharing with you some of the images that we are receiving. So we've just received the judgment here. Job Sikhala has been denied bail. So that's the latest from Zimbabwe. The judge reading the magistrate court arguments that denied him bail. Sorry, I beg your pardon there. He has not been denied bail yet, but the judge is reading the magistrate's court arguments as I am speaking to you right now that denied him bail. So we're just waiting for the final judgment. I beg your pardon. Please, the judgment hasn't been passed yet, but the judge the High Court judge is just going through the magistrate's arguments around what the magistrate, some of the arguments the magistrate put across when he denied Job Sikhala bail a few weeks ago. Today we're looking at the judgment here that we are following is the High Court judgment. As we will be bringing this live to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's look at some of the comments that we are receiving here on Zim Daily this afternoon. I am going to be going through some of the comments here. We live and listening from Botswana, Chamisa all the way, our fellow comrades at UDC. Thank you, July Sebase, for joining us. Still waiting for the judgment. That's the comment there from Stephen Mubongo. As soon as we get it, as promised, we are right. Our journalists were actually in the court as I am speaking to you right now, and they're updating us via WhatsApp. As soon as we get that judgment, you will be the first to know. Please stay tuned as we await that judgment. Looking at some of the comments that we are looking at here. Tinashe, do you want Zimai to report what you want? I don't know what you guys are talking about, but let's just continue looking at the comments here. Silva Maruma is saying we need a fair judgment. There's no doubt that in as much as we as we feel that and we hear quite a lot of separation between the judiciary and the executive, including the legislature, but in Zimbabwe it is only that separation is only on paper. We know very well that most of the judges in Zimbabwe are heavily compromised. These are ZANU-PF activists that are masquerade as judges and magistrates, and we have a serious issue in Zimbabwe, but this is a topic for another day. But let's just look at what some of the things that we are receiving here from Harare. Our journalist who's covering this story for us, who is also in the High Court, is actually looking at he's just sent us an update here saying that the investigation officers didn't look for Sikhala at his home or office, but they said he was on wanted list. So this is some of the comments that we are getting from the judgment itself. This is a live broadcast coming to you from the United Kingdom. It's exactly 10 minutes to 4 p.m. here. What exactly did he do wrong? This is a question that is being asked here on Zim Daily Facebook page. If you also want to join us, please feel free. We are broadcasting live to you on Twitter, and we are also live on Facebook, including YouTube. If you also want to take part in the discussion that we're currently having, please feel free to join us on Facebook, Twitter, or you can also join us live on Facebook. We are just awaiting the final judgment from the judge as we the judgment on Job Sikhala's bail application. As soon as we receive it, you will be the first to know. We have someone following from South Africa in the Northern Cape, and you say God is in it. Sikhala is a strong man. Thank you very much, Solomon Chaps Batiti Chapingidza. Thank you for your comment. Another comment here from Masejo Free Wiwa is the message that we have been hearing for the past few weeks while we await the judgment from the High Court this afternoon. This is Zimbabwe Daily, always first and fast. Thank you very much for joining us. Looking at some of the comments here, it is true. Is it true about the MDC-ALLIANCE has been defeated in marondera mayoral elections? We have not received that update. We can neither confirm nor also deny whether that has. As soon as we have, we'll try and follow it up for you and give you the update as soon as we get it. We are looking or just awaiting the High Court judgment on Job Sikhala's bail application. Some of the images that you're seeing on the screen, there you have Hopo Chingono also in solidarity with Job Sikhala and the rest of the MDC in support of the MDC. Let's just wait and see what is going to happen here as we await the judgment from the High Court. Good afternoon to you. In case you're joining us, we're just going to take a short break and we'll be right back. All right, looking and welcome back once again. Still awaiting the judgment from the High Court on Job Sikhala's bail application. We are just following the events as they happen, and this is a live broadcast, by the way, and we are coming to you live. This is Zimbabwe Daily. Let's look at the comments here. as we await the judgment from the High Court. One of the interesting topics that we have been discussing the past few days, which we had been discussing just before we were taken off air just a few minutes ago, is the question that you're seeing on the screen as we await the judgment from the High Court. This is a very contentious issue within the MDC itself. I think there is quite a lot of pressure that the MDC is feeling right now, whether especially around the fact that they should seriously consider renaming or rebranding or coming up with a totally new brand in light of what has been happening. Just yesterday, the mayor of Harare, who was voted overwhelmingly by councillors in a few weeks ago, has just been recalled, and we have been noticing this play out, this circus play out for the past few years, at least since 2012, as far as I can remember, since Mutambara decided and Welshman Ncube decided not to be part of the MDC led by Tsvangirai. They left with what they called the legitimate MDC at the time. And then you had Job Sikhala also having a different outfit called MDC-99. And now we have MDC-T and MDC-ALLIANCE. And we strongly feel that the time is ripe for the MDC to seriously consider rebranding. I think this ping pong that we have been seeing the past few years is not getting them anywhere. They should totally look for a new name and start afresh. There is nothing that is stopping the MDC. In fact, we know very well many other individuals who have gone down that route that we are suggesting here, like in Israel. A case in point, Ariel Sharon had an issue with the Likud party, the current ruling party led by Netanyahu, a few years ago, where they were feuding over the name Likud, and Ariel Sharon left and formed a party called Kadima within a few weeks of the elections, and he went on to win the elections. It's never really about parties. As you know, politics is all about personalities. Whoever has the following of the people is exactly is the person who wins the elections. So this is what we are suggesting, at least to Nelson Chamisa. We do not hold a stake. I'm not even a member of the MDC. I do not belong to any political party, but I'm just a spectator who is looking at the events and just providing a commentary here based on at least what I am seeing going on around the MDC party as we await the bail hearing from Harare. We just want to hear from you. What do you think? Should the MDC-ALLIANCE rebrand? Let's hear your comments as we await the bail hearing from Harare. We've got our reporters on the ground who are updating us on exactly as the judge is going through the judgment. The judge now delivering the trial judgment for Job Sikhala, who was arrested on the 21st of August 2020 on charges of inciting public and to promote violence. The judge reading the magistrate court's argument that denied Job Sikhala bail, and then the investigation officer also didn't look for Job Sikhala at his home, and yet they were claiming that he's on a wanted list. Some of the arguments that the lawyers, Job Sikhala lawyers, are bringing to the court, as this is a live update that we are receiving from the court, as the judge is still delivering his judgment on Job Sikhala's bail application. So we are hearing here that Mtetwa, who is also part of the legal team, wrote a letter to the police if they were looking whether they were looking for Job Sikhala, and the police said no, he was not wanted, but his arrest was a coincidence. So this is quite interesting, because as far as we are concerned, the judgment is delivering the judge is delivering his judgment right now as I'm speaking to you, and also the legal representatives, Job Sikhala's legal representatives, are arguing that they even checked with the courts, with the police, when they understood that he was on a wanted list. Basically, they were hearing that Job Sikhala is wanted, and they wrote to the police. This is Beatrice Mtetwa, who wrote a letter to the police to check whether they were looking for Sikhala, and the police said no, he was not wanted, but his arrest, it was a coincidence. This is an update that we're receiving from Harare as we as we await the judgment from the court. The police didn't look for Job Sikhala at his home, according to the update that we've just received from the court. As we follow this breaking news story, they did not even provide a search diary to the court as evidence for looking for Sikhala. So what they are arguing here is that in as much as everyone was or felt that Job Sikhala was on wanted list, the police themselves were not looking for him, and even the lawyers even went further to check with the police whether Job Sikhala was on a wanted list, according to some of the updates that we're receiving from the courts this afternoon. While we await that final judgment, we are looking at the topic, or rather an interesting topic that you're seeing on the screen. On your screens, should the MDC-ALLIANCE rebrand? Should they even should they continue fighting over this name MDC? We strongly feel that name is now totally soiled, and they should seriously consider, at least they should consider a brand new name. That's at least as well the way we see this whole thing, as people who do not necessarily have a stake in this. We are just looking at this as uninterested parties. We feel that Nelson Chamisa, or the MDC rather, it's high time for them to seriously consider coming up with a new name. That name should not have anything to do with MDC. At least the acronyms M, D and C should not be found in that name, at least according to us here at Zim Daily. We feel that they are more than, Chamisa is a larger than life figure, and he does not necessarily need a party for him to succeed. Whatever he calls his party, he will certainly win the next election if it is free and fair. Let's look at some of the comments that we are seeing here on the screen. Following from South Africa, Northern Cape, that's Solomon. Thank you very much, Solomon, for your comments. Let's also read the comment here from Hillary. Hillary says freedom has to be ushered. Hope they will be lenient. Thank you very much for your comment there. And let's look at a comment here from Kuzito Kuzivaishe Saunyama. You are saying never will stoop so low because of ZANU PF. It's not in name unless you kill President Chamisa. ZANU PF will never rest, because you rebrand, they will come after him, arrest him, or kill him. I think I think the argument that you're making here, whether he rebrands or not, if ZANU PF wanted to really harm Chamisa, is, they are more than capable, but we don't think they will be that foolish to try and do anything to Nelson Chamisa. But let's see what happens. Another comment that we are receiving here says MDC name is worse than ZANU PF name. This is Jake Chokwadi. This is exactly Jake is saying here the name itself is worse than ZANU PF. Another comment here says rebranding will end up causing more damage. They might fail to register it to ZEC. I think the elections are actually on the 5th of December. They are still within a timeline for them to comfortably register a new name and even campaign under that name. One of the things that you actually see on a ballot before you vote, just to make sure that there is no confusion, is they will try to attach a picture of the candidate that is actually contesting. So I don't think that there will be a lot of confusion around who to vote for. We know very well at one point you had MDC-T, MDC-99, and even MDC on the ballot, and yet Tsvangirai still managed to garner enough votes to be a force to reckon with. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's just go back to Harare and see whether we have an update as we follow the events. The letter is from the High Court The judge is still delivering his judgment on the bail application from Job Sikhala. But while we await that update, please stay tuned to Zim Daily. We are following. One of our reporters will be joining us here later to discuss, to give us a bit more detail of what actually transpired in the High Court today. Looking at the comments, for those that are joining us, we are following in the story, the actual final judgment from the High Court on Job Sikhala's bail application. The judge is still delivering the judgment. Must be a long judgment there, but as you know, they don't leave anything to chance. They're just trying to address all components of the case before they deliver that judgment. Let's please stay tuned as we bring you the latest from Harare. We have some comments here. Rebranding is long overdue. This is Tererai Tresa Zimbizi. Let's hear from some of you who feel that it's not right for the MDC to consider rebranding right now as we await the judgment from Harare. We are just considering the question that you're seeing on the screen here. Should the MDC-ALLIANCE rebrand? Should they even be thinking about coming up with a new name? I think the name MDC itself is now damaged goods. They have been playing a game of ping pong around this MDC name for quite some time, and it just makes sense for one to seriously consider renaming their outfit to something totally different from this name MDC, which I don't believe still attracts anyone at all. But let's see what Chamisa does in the next few days. It's going to be very, very crucial. But we are following the events on the ground while we await the bail hearing from Zimbabwe this afternoon. Job Sikhala bail High Court ruling will be delivered in a few minutes. We are just asking you to stay tuned as and when we receive that hearing, you will be the first to know here on Zim Daily. Let's look at some of the comments here. MDC-ALLIANCE, Chamisa will be enough. So this is a suggestion from someone who thinks that they should even go a little further and just add Chamisa to the MDC-ALLIANCE name. And one of the things that at least have been bothering me for some time is why the name MDC? Why is it that no one wants to dissociate themselves from the name MDC? I don't believe the name MDC has actually contributed anything. I think people generally are looking, they follow personalities. At least this is the way we do politics in Africa. We do not really follow policies, we follow people. And I think that's the same also for the West. The likes of Barack Obama are actually bigger brands than the Democratic Party, and even the likes of many others as we look at in politics generally. Looking at the comments, rumors say they have a new name already, Alliance for Democratic Change, and it's not confirmed. And this is actually one of the issues that we have, where you still have people still wanting to revolve around the name Alliance or movement and change. I don't believe that that's the direction they should be taking here. I think there are a lot of other names that they could call themselves by. I think People's Party or People's Movement is such a name. It still has movement in it, but at least it does not bring the confusion that Alliance for Democratic Change would bring. The MDC name is cursed, and this is another comment here. The MDC name is cursed, and names only don't put food on the table. Chamisa should just come up with a new name. At least that's what we are hearing from many here. Let's look at the comment here from Luther. Luther says MDC Coupe is a brand in itself, so MDC T remains available for the main party. I think we will be going live shortly. I think our reporter, you can see that they've just joined us here on the live stream. hopefully they will be in a position to update us on the latest from Harare. On your right, that's our reporter there in Harare. I'm just waiting for them to come online so they can give us the latest on what exactly is happening in Harare regarding Job Sikhala's bail ruling. Let's just look at some of the comments here, and right here as we await the bail hearing, the bail ruling from Zimbabwe. We have our reporter who will be updating us soon, so please stay tuned as we bring you the latest from Harare this afternoon. Thank you very much. It's exactly 9 minutes after 4 p.m., 9 minutes after 5 p.m. in Harare, and very soon our reporter who has just tuned in will be updating us on the latest from Harare. We are joining you live here broadcasting to you live here from London, and we have our reporter in Harare who will be updating us soon. So please stay tuned to Zim Daily. We will just take a short break and we will be right back. Right, so any minute from now, we are going to be receiving an update from Harare on the latest, especially on the outcome of that, whether the judge has granted Job Sikhala bail or not. So we're following these events live, and Zimbabwe Daily, once again, we aim to be always first and fast, and hopefully in the next couple of minutes you will be receiving that update. So our reporter who's in Harare, we are just waiting for his audio to come up, and we will be reporting to you the latest from Harare. But in the meantime, we were looking at the topic. Let's just look at this, some of the comments that we're getting here from those that are following us on Facebook. Chamisa should just change the name and color, start afresh, just using the core values of our icon Changirai. I believe this is an MDC supporter who is also weighing in on this issue of rebranding. Let's look at Morgan Garawa says Chamisa should just change the name and colors, start afresh. That's the comment that we just read a few minutes ago. Unite Zimbabwe with two hands holding each other. Unity is power. So that's a name suggestion there. Unite Zimbabwe is, I believe, is a suggestion from one of the MDC supporters there. We're just awaiting the ruling from the High Court. For those that are joining us here on Zimbabwe Daily, this is Zim Daily coming to you live from London. We are just waiting for that judgment. Our reporter who is following this story will be updating us in a few minutes. Please stay tuned to Zim Daily as we continue to discuss the topic around the name MDC. The elections are going to be coming in Zimbabwe in a few weeks. On the 5th of December, Zimbabweans will be going to the polls once again, at least for the by-elections, just to try and get to the bottom of things. So I'm just looking at an update here. A judge reading bail conditions. So Job Sikhala, this is breaking news. Job Sikhala has now been granted bail, and now the judge is reading the bail conditions. So breaking news to you there. Job Sikhala has just been granted bail, and right now the judge is just going through the bail conditions that Job Sikhala needs to ensure that he will be following. So it's 15,000 bail. That's what we are hearing here from Zimbabwe. Those we're just looking at the update here. He has been granted 15,000. I believe this is Zimbabwean dollars. Has been put. That's the suggested figure the lawyers have put forward, but the judge is asking for more. I think that's the update that I'm receiving here. So Job Sikhala has just been granted bail. This is breaking news coming to you from Harare this afternoon, and Once again, this is Zimbabwe Daily Platform. We'll keep updating you as we receive. I think you can hear the WhatsApp messages that are just coming in. This is our reporter who's on the ground. I hope we'll be able to get his audio also working so he can give us an update on what actually transpired in court today. But we can confirm from the reports coming out of Zimbabwe this afternoon that Job Sikhala has been granted bail. So this is the latest breaking news. The suggested figure by the lawyers here is $15,000, but I think the prosecutors are trying to argue for more. So we will see what happens, what that final figure will be as soon as we get the news from Harare. I'm just updating as we are looking at the updates here. Job Sikhala has been granted bail, and we will be updating you as soon as we get more details from Harare. We're just waiting for the figures. Here the judge is asking from the draft order, a draft order to be read. 25,000 RTGS bail has been granted. So that's the latest from Harare this afternoon. Job Sikhala has been granted 25,000 RTGS bail. This is the latest. We will be asking our reporter to join us, who's also on the screen right now, but we are having some issues with the audio, so we are hoping that as soon as we fix the audio, he will be giving us more details on exactly what transpired in court. But what we have just I'm just looking as you hear the WhatsApp messages that are coming through as I read them here. This is our reporter who's updating us live from Harare. This is a live program, by the way, for those that are joining us. It's breaking news. Job Sikhala has just been granted 25,000 Zimbabwean dollars bail, and he has been so part of the bail conditions, according to our reporter. He has to stay at his Chitungwiza residence in St. Mary's. 25,000 is the bail figure that he has been asked to post and for him to be released. And also the Job Sikhala has been asked to reside at his St. Mary's residence in Chitungwiza. Thank you very much for joining us. This is breaking news right here on Zimbabwe Daily. Job Sikhala has just been granted bail, and we are following this story. We'll be giving you more details as soon as our reporter manages to get his audio working. We are trying to make sure that we can get them to give us more details on what actually transpired in court this afternoon. So it is what it is. He has also been asked to report 3 times a week. So when you hear the sound that you are hearing of a WhatsApp message, that is those are the updates that I'm getting from Harare here. He has been asked to report 3 times a week and to reside at his St. Mary's home in Chitungwiza. The bail figure is 25,000 RTGS, and he will be reporting at the St. Mary's police station 3 times a week. 3 times a week rather, not 3 times a day. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Job Sikhala has just been granted 25,000 bail, and we are continuing to follow the details of the actual or the conditions of the bail. So he'll be reporting between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. 3 times a week. St. Mary's police station is the police station where he has been asked to report 3 times a week. This is the latest from Harare. Breaking news. Job Sikhala has just been granted bail. As you follow this with us here this afternoon, we'll be bringing you more as soon as our reporter, who is in Harare, as soon as we get more details on this, we will be you will be the first to know. Zim Daily, by the way, we are going to be rolling out quite a number of programs these coming days. We are looking for anyone who thinks they can present a show right here on Zim Daily. Please feel free to get in touch with us on Zim Daily Twitter page. We are looking to run a 24/7 live channel here, and we will be going on a recruitment drive the next few days. Anyone who thinks they can run any topic, we are not restricting topics that you could possibly run here on our platform, but please feel free to get in touch with us on our social media pages. Get in touch with us on Twitter. We are also on Instagram, Zimbabwe_daily. Get in touch with us on Facebook, and also get in touch with us on YouTube. Please, by all means, we are going to be the first channel that is going to be running a 24-hour live feed on our Facebook page, including also a few other social media platforms that we're streaming live on. So get in touch with us. We want to hear from you. Anyone who feels like they want to go into broadcast, if you're a student who feels media, you have a passion for media or even for live broadcasting, please get in touch with us. As we continue to read the conditions for the bill, you are not allowed to post anything on social media. These are some of the bill conditions as we are looking at the breaking news coming out of Harare this afternoon. So Job Sikhala has just been granted bail. He will not be allowed to post anything on social media. For that, the lawyers argued, and the judge raised the bail to 50,000 RTGS. So this is a moving story. It looks like the final figure for the bail has not actually been concluded. They are still going back and forth. Like we said, we have those that we are following this story live, and I'm just hearing here from our reporter who's actually in the High Court right now. He's just updated us, and he's saying that he will not be allowed to post anything on social media, and for that bail condition to the judge has asked to raise the bail conditions. This is quite interesting. I've never heard of this, but maybe it's because we are not really involved much with what happens in court. But we understand that if he wants to post something on social media, they have to raise the bail figure to 50,000. So let's see what happens. We continue. We are following this story. Let's also look at your comments here. Dai Job Sikhala karamba akashinga munguva yatsvangirai dai nyika yamunika manje ndivo vaipiwa mari neZANU-PF. I'm not sure I understand what you are saying there, but thank you very much, Nicholas, for your comment there as we continue. By the way, please stay tuned as we are still reporting from the courts. We will be speaking to a reporter who is actually on the ground. He will be giving us a live update as we continue looking at the latest from Harare this evening. Job Sikhala has just been granted bail, and we are looking at the comments here. Thank you, God, for intervening, and continue to show your mercy and release those who have been wrongly persecuted. I think the fight continues here. We've got Taku, who is the Zinasu president, who is also languishing in remand prison. I believe they are going to be applying for his bail at the High Court. I'm just going to give you some of the images. We do not have video yet, but we've just received some images from the courts this afternoon. These are live images from the court. I think we have our reporter right there, who is giving us a live feed from the court, and we have the president of the Movement for Democratic Change there. If you are joining us, and welcome here, that's a live feed. You have Nelson Chamisa there. Let me see if I can just adjust our camera here so that you can have an appreciation of what is happening at the High Court right now. This is a live feed. What you are seeing on your screens is a live feed from Harare as we continue to follow this story. All right. So thank you very much for joining us here on Zim Daily. Let me see if we can get our reporter to give us an update right here. Nelson Chamisa there, and you are seeing this is a live feed. For those that are joining us, we are right at the High Court. You have the Secretary General of the MDC there, Carlton Wende, and you also have the MDC President, Nelson Chamisa. I think as you have been hearing, Job Sikhala has been granted bail. I'm just trying to see if I can update you on who is actually appearing on your screens right now. So on your right is Harare, and we are broadcasting to you live here from London. Please get in touch if you want to be involved with broadcasting. I think please get in touch with us. Send us a message on Twitter and also on our social media. We are also on Instagram. We are on YouTube. We are on many other platforms. What you are seeing on your screens is a live feed from Harare at the High Court, where we are actually broadcasting live from. I believe the lady that you are seeing there is Michael. I don't know, the MDC Vice President. I think she's called Karonye or something like that. And you also have our reporter also trying to capture a few shots there from the High Court. Let me see if I can figure out who else I can identify from this feed. It's exactly coming up to 24 minutes after 4 p.m., 24 minutes after 5 p.m. in Harare. And we are just giving you the update from the High Court. This is a live feed from the High Court. There you see Jacob Mafume, the current mayor of Harare, who was recalled yesterday. We have got the MDC president there, Nelson Chamisa, and a few of the MDC senior officials. We will continue updating you on what is exactly. I cannot tell who else is on the images that you are seeing here, but I believe we are following the MDC president as we bring you the live or the latest from Harare. Job Sikhala, has just been granted bail, and we are just looking at I believe the MDC president will be giving an update any minute from now, and you will be the first to hear the update right here on Zim Daily. So let me just see if I can bring this. Let's just see if I can bring this to you. Right, I'm just trying to see if I can. Right. Yes, so this is the latest from Harare, from the High Court, where Job Sikhala was granted 50,000, I believe is the figure they finally settled for, as the bail, the conditions that the judge has set for his bail. He is to report 3 times a week at St. Mary's Police Station between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. All right, let's just hear what the lawyer is saying here. Yes. Okay, it's just...
And consequently, the magistrate, the judge, was at liberty to interfere with the finding of the magistrate. And in particular, what was important was the judge agreeing with us that he could not possibly run away because there was nothing to run away from. The offense the offense which allegedly committed was very weak on the ground. And importantly, he had always said, if you want me, you know where to get me. And he had done so on previous occasions. There was no reason why he should be denied bail. It was a very well-reasoned judgment. I think all of you were there. They followed, specifically addressing specific areas where she then made findings adverse to what the magistrate had.
And from the order itself, not to posting on WhatsApp.
No. She did not say he should know. She simply said, whatever he does must not, whatever he says or does, right, must not incite public violence. Because when you look at the videos he has made so far, you read for yourself.
All right, we sincerely apologize for the picture quality here. This is one of the things that we are working on, just to ensure that at least next time when we go live, we will ensure that we will bring you the best picture quality that you can ever get. But this is, it is what it is for now. We have our reporter there just trying to see if they can capture a few more images from the High Court here. We are right here at the High Court. The feed that you're seeing on your left, on your right there on your screens is an update that we are receiving right now from the High Court. Job Sikhala has just been granted bail, and we are continuing to follow the developments as we give you the latest and the breaking news from Zimbabwe this afternoon. We'll just take a short break here and we will be right back. Right, and we will continue. We are just going to be speaking to one or two individuals just before we sign off. So please stay tuned. We are just trying to see if we can at least capture a few images of Job Sikhala. I believe he will be leaving. We are not anticipating to see him go back in the prison track. I believe the 50,000 bail that the judge, or 25,000 between the two figures, I don't believe it's going to be a difficult thing for them to basically submit, and also ensure that he does not sleep in remand prison tonight. Right here on Zim Daily, it's exactly 4:30 p.m. in the United Kingdom, where we are coming to you live from, and also it's exactly 5:30 in Zimbabwe, Harare. Stay tuned to Zim Daily as we try to see if we can capture a few more images. We are just trying to make sure that we can maybe capture the images of Job Sikhala here. A time permitting, very soon we will be giving you more details. So stay tuned this is a live program once again, coming to you live from Harare and London, from our London studios, and also from Harare, our journalists that are giving us the latest from Harare. Stay tuned to Zim Daily. We will be bringing you more. So just before you sign out, I just want to make this appeal. Anyone who wants to be part of this new revolution, Zim Daily or Zimbabwe Daily is going to be the first platform that is going to be running a 24-hour feed on all the social media platforms. So we will be bringing you in the next few days. We are going to be running a 24-hour news or rather live program, and we are appealing to anyone who wants to have a go at broadcast journalism. If you feel that you have what it takes, please get in touch with us on our social media pages. If you know of any student who may be studying in any part of the world, by the way, and they feel like they want to go into broadcast journalism, as you can see, let's just go back to Harare so we can these are the images of Job Sikhala there. I think he will be going back to prison. There are some formalities that need to be followed before he can be fully released. I believe this is what you're seeing happening here. It's just about to go into the prison track, as I believe we'll be following what is happening here to try and report also from hopefully he will be leaving. He will not spend another night at the Chikurubi maximum security prison. That feed has just frozen, but if you're joining us, and just before we sign out this afternoon, please get in touch with us if you feel you have what it takes. You don't have to be an experienced journalist. If you feel that you want to run any program here on Zim Daily, like I was saying, we are looking to build the first formidable 24-hour live channel on Zimbabwe. This is going to be running on social media, 100% social media, on Twitter, Instagram. We are going to be feeding this also on LinkedIn, including Facebook and a few other platforms. If you think you have what it takes and you want to run any program here, or you want to be part of history, please feel free to get in touch with us on our Twitter page, Zim Daily. Also, please get in touch with us on Facebook, get in touch with us on YouTube, Instagram. Zimbabwe Daily is exactly the place where you can get in touch with us on. We will continue, I think, our feed from Harare. There we go. Now we are back here. As you can see, Job Sikhala there is being led by the prison officers. Let's see if we can give you a better view of what is actually happening here. Our reporter is trying to see if they can yes, there's Job Sikhala there with prison officers. He has been granted bail. I don't understand why they are still holding him, but maybe there are some formalities that need to be followed before he can be a free man again. He has just been granted bail. As you can see, they are leading him back into the prison truck. I believe until that figure that they're asking for has actually been posted, he is still under the authorities. I can see there in yellow, if you can see behind there, that's Hopewell Chimono, who also came out in support this afternoon in solidarity with Job Sikhala. You can see actually what is happening here. Job Sikhala there now living for I can just imagine how excited he is to maybe once again there you go. We will still continue with this live feed. We are trying to see if we can find anyone we can interview just to give us an update of what actually transpired. This is the High Court in Harare, as you can see from our journalist who is on the ground, and we are coming to you live here from London, and we are bringing you the latest from Harare. Please stay with us as we continue to bring you the latest and breaking news from Harare. That's the prison track there where Job Sikhala is now being taken back to prison while they I believe they are going through the formalities of getting him released. Let me see if I can bring you a bit more. Our journalist is going to be trying to see if he can interview one or two people from Zimbabwe right now. Let's see who else is actually available to speak to Zimbabwe Daily this evening. It's coming up to 23 minutes to 6 p.m. in Zimbabwe, 23 minutes to 5 p.m. right here in the United Kingdom. We will be speaking to one or two people on the ground just to give us an update. I don't know whether our journalist can actually hear us, but please stay tuned as we are going to try by all means to get you the latest from Zimbabwe. Once again, we are asking those that feel that they can be part of this new if you want to be part of history, Zim Daily will be running a 24 live 24-hour feed on all our social media platforms. We are aiming to bring you as much programs as we can. We're going to be running talk shows here, live news. We are also going to be having even showbiz and topics that are of interest to anyone who wants to discuss all that gossip that many of you like. It's all going to be here on Zim Daily. And we are also working with a new outfit called Tagshop.live. I don't know, for some that have been following us on Zim Daily, you understand there is a new a live comedy team that is calling itself Tagshop.live, who aim to be bringing live comedy. We have just signed up with them, and they are going to be debuting. They will have their debut on this very platform. So watch out right here on Zim Daily. The next few days, you are going to be seeing quite a lot of interesting stuff. And whatever we do here, we try to bring quality, and we just don't do mediocre stuff. As you have, those that have been following us know very well that quality is at the forefront of some of the things that we do here. So live here from London, in our London studios, we have our reporter in Harare. I'm just hoping that he can bring back that live feed so we can get the latest from Zimbabwe. So just a quick update, Tagshop.live is one outfit that we have signed up with. They aim to bring live comedy. So the likes of, there is busstop.tv and a few other outfits out there that bring you comedy, but they record the comedy, then share that comedy after a few days. But we are going to be doing stand-up comedy here live, and a few other live shows. We are also going to be doing live talk shows, including bringing you the live news as and when we get it, and many other shows that we are planning to bring you right here. If you want to be part of this history, by the way, we are hoping that we can get people from all over the world. This is not only restricted to Zimbabwe. We will be broadcasting live from New York, from New Zealand, from Australia, and if you are in South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg, any part of the world where you are, even Gaborone, and you want to contribute to this new revolution of live broadcast, please get in touch with us on Zim Daily Twitter page, and also get in touch with us on our social media pages. We are also on Instagram, Zimbabwe_daily. We are on YouTube. Get in touch with us and be part of this great history. So thank you very much for joining us. I'm just trying to see if our reporter can still update us on what is going on right now. They are just signing off. But before you sign off, tonight I've got some still images here that I'm going to be sharing with you that we are getting from the courts this evening. These images are pictures of Job Sikhala in the courts earlier today. Let me just see if I can share this as we continue to cover this breaking news story. Job Sikhala has just been granted bail, and we continue to look at the latest news from Zimbabwe. Very soon we are going to be looking at today's headlines. Once again, those that follow us on a daily basis, we are going to be bringing you even headlines every single day where we summarize the latest from Zimbabwe. And we also plan to have that roundup this evening. Once again, as I sign out, let me just make this appeal one more time. We are right on the right side of history here. Zimbabwe Daily is going to be the first, at least from Zimbabwe. We are going to be running a 24-hour live channel on all the social media platforms, and therefore we are appealing to anyone who may know a relative that may want to try broadcast or media or anything that they feel that they could bring to Zimbabwe Daily. We are more than welcome to have you on board. One of the things that we're working on is there is a new outfit called Tagshop.live who are going to be bringing live comedy, stand-up comedy. We've just signed up with them, and they will be running a few programs right here as part of our 24-hour channel that we will be running on social media platforms. Thank you very much for joining us. And once again, this is your favorite channel, Zimbabwe Daily, coming to you live from London. Until we meet again later today, please stay tuned and have a nice evening, and God bless you. Bye-bye.